Hey there. Okay, so last week we talked about breath and water being two things that are involved in the movement of our lymphatic system. We know that there's a certain breathing technique we can do for core strengthening, but also if you are quiet enough and still enough when you're doing those breathing techniques, you will hear the fluid moving through your bowels. So you can hear the literal digestion happening. Our lymphatic system is our only manual system. That means it has something external moving it. It does not move by itself. So that's your muscles. We can use tools, compression, the water in regard to being, remember we talked about being fully submerged in the water, whether it's a pool or a bathtub. It is that gradient pressure on every one of those nerve endings. It's just a subtle gradient pressure, but it's enough to tell that body it's time to rest and digest. So our water can actually be an external force to move our internal water, be it through, remember, our intestines being one of our major lymphatic organs. And it's true for the entire rest of our body. So whether you're in the pool, or in this case, we're going to talk about taking a shower. Now, we all take showers, but how do we take a shower, right? So first I want to give you this little diagram again of the lymphatic system. We all recognize from school and our trainings, we look really close on the lymphatic system. You see all those little nodules. Let's see if we find a good, you go kind of linear, branch out like tree branches. And we have those little nodules. But what we don't talk about or know a lot about with the lymphatic system are these watersheds. You can look really close. I like the back one, is very more explicit. So we've got this strap across our back, the upper back, the strap across our lower back. And you can see these lines, right? It goes over the spine, up the center of the legs, down the glutes, it's down that center of the legs, they're down the center of the arms. And if you go back into this anterior aspect of this diagram, it shows you the little bit larger nodules here. These are your dump sites, or your main drains, if you will. Subclavian drain, your main drain, your cisterna chyli. And you can also see on the anterior aspect, these strips, if you will, or watersheds up the legs here, across the abdomen, up the sides of the abdomen. Okay, those are going to be kind of our main focus. But what I'm going to be talking to you about is just specifically motion. This is a little bit Ayurvedic and a little bit, let's say a lot, lymphatic system and soft tissue structures of the body. So, and then we manage that again with our breath. So we want to keep mindful of our breathing this whole time, but then we're going to add in that external force of both our hands and the water. So if we're in the shower, and you could start any way you want in your own routine you want. For me specifically, I start at the top and work down. So by the time that I got to my ankles, after 1 week of these techniques I'm about to explain to you, I had reduction in size and increased mobility in all of my joints, specifically my ankles and my shoulders. Talk about a dramatic difference. I had prominent bones on the shoulders after just 1 week. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you is circles on the joints, anywhere you have a joint. Okay, even in those short bones of your fingers, even in each vertebrae of your spine are those joints, circles in the joints, and lines on the long bones. Lines on the long bones. Okay. Now, the benefit to doing this in the shower is, of course, that gradient water. You're standing up, gradient pressure of the water, plus your manual moving of the muscles while you're standing. And then I like to think that the speed, or friction if you will, is an enhancement. So in Ayurveda, they have you do this outside either before or after the shower. I take it into the shower, and it's like a boost of steroids, if you will, okay? So I'm just gonna step back here for prop's sake and show you the ankles. You know, this depends however you bend over, if you lift your foot up, it doesn't matter. The idea is getting the circles on the long bones. So in lymphatic massage, it's about 21 circles, and it's very, very slow. I'm not suggesting we take all that time and go super slow. You could just get in there with that friction. So anywhere from 7 to 21 circles, depending on your time frame, right? And it doesn't have to be in any order. Like I say, you can circle those joints on your toes and the ankles, lines on those long bones, get in those circles. When you come into a larger joint, front, sides, backs, front and side at the same time, okay? Lines on the long bones. Here we got another joint, right? Circles on the joints. Everywhere there's those joints. We talked about already the I love you, okay? For the colon, you're going to be moving your and fluid, the lymphatic fluid through those intestines as well. You can also add that into your shower. You could break this up into sections, okay? So I started just with my legs. Did a week of my legs, went to the abdomen, week of the abdomen. Maybe I did the back. And there's this strap right here, remember, one of those main drains. You see that? You grab hold of that, shaking it up and down, in and out, up and down. This is another long area. So whether you've heard them called meridians or channels or whatever kind of modality out there might use or pick its own term, they typically are going to be following these watersheds. These watersheds are following your lymphatics. So it's an aggressive way to get in there into those lymphatics. One thing I did want to show you at the back of the leg. So we have certain sites where we do pumps. You're doing those circles, remember, 7, 21 circles. You can also pump those same areas, 21 pumps. Now there's a cross section in the middle of your thigh here. If you pump that, you can do the vigorous motions here like this too, but pumping also is an option. So it's just another way to get in there and get that fluid moving or get any of those blockages unblocked or unstuck, okay? And they're going to be up in your arms. That way you're going to feel them. Not near as significant, as a much broader space as that thigh, right? The back of the thigh is going to be where that cross section is. And then they're going to run in strips down the front. So again, after 1 week, reduction in the size of the ankles and the shoulders, elbows and wrists, and increased range of motion. So it had less pain, less inflammation, multifaceted benefits here, you guys. So you're getting increased range of motion, reduction of inflammation and pain and stiffness, plus eliminating any excess buildup in your interstitial fluid. That is what we're talking about with your lymphatic system. It's just where the water goes when it can't be urinated out, sweated out, breathed out, or defecated out. The only other way we have is to manually move it through. And so putting on your lotion after your shower is just going to enhance this. But I challenge you to 1 week and then 2 weeks. Give me some feedback on any significant changes that you have noted personally, and share this with everyone you know. We live or we exist, right? It's the same with everything. We have to put intent into everything we do, and our shower is just no different. I like to say, when you get in there, you're not just cleaning the outside of your skin off. You're cleaning the inside underneath your skin out. And who doesn't need stronger immunity and more energy and a clearer system. Let's just get those systems clean out. And remember, whether you think you need the shower for your day, for your smell, for your look, it doesn't matter. I challenge you to shower every single day because you have insides that need cleaned out. Remember, lines on the long bones, circles on the joints. Give me 2 weeks of this. Check in at week 1, and then check in again at week 2. I want to hear those results. Give me that feedback. It's been phenomenal for me. I've been doing this for 4 years now. I'm going to say it's been a huge success for me. I have been able to eliminate and remove and clean out the debris from my lymphatic system just by changing the way I take my shower. So, yes. Do you know how to take a shower? Share it, people. Thank you.